Hey guys! So we bought a car. Our very first car as a married couple that has just immigrated to New Zealand. We're first time car buyers as well in New Zealand. So before we get into it, we're just going to play the clip so you guys can see what our new baby named Rimaru, which is named after an anime character from Reincarnated as the Slime. And we call it Rimaru because it's absorbing us and taking us everywhere we go. So it's the slime. We're going to show you the slime and then get into how we ended up purchasing our first vehicle in New Zealand in the first week we were here. Alright guys, so now that you've seen our vehicle, our brand new beautiful Aqua Baby, it's a hybrid by the way, so we didn't get into too much of the specs, we didn't want to go all the way into detail, but we just wanted to show you what we look like or what the vehicle looks like. We're both so overwhelmed and excited because you guys know my story. 5 years ago, we didn't think we would be here today, right? 5 years ago was crazy because 5 years ago in my life, if you had told me that one day I would own another vehicle again, I would tell you never. Even though everybody sort of believed and hoped and prayed and pulled their weight and we tried to save Lexi, today I can turn around and say it was all for this moment, right? And I mean, our first like asset outside of our babies as a married couple, right? So it's a huge W for us. So how did we do it? How did we get a vehicle as new immigrants in another country?
Apart from faith, hope, and prayers.
And that answer is, apart from faith, hope, and prayers, Geraldine from Sterling Finance. Guys, this lady has been absolutely phenomenal. In fact, so how I met Geraldine was months ago when we were moving, initially when we had planned to move here, I had joined a bunch of New Zealand groups, right? Inquiring about certain things and how certain things worked.
Including obviously housing and vehicles and transportation.
Correct. And she messaged me and she gave me tons of advice about the immigration and how things worked here. And then she sort of slipped in like, hey, we also help people that go across with vehicles. Now, at the time, I wasn't thinking too much of it. I was like, yeah, we'll see how things go there. We'll probably use the public transport system for a while.
Works.
Exactly. Right? So we were like, we want to finicky about getting a vehicle, right? And so we ended up here. And you guys know, last week, Thursday, we used the train for the first time. We used the bus for the first time that weekend. And we arrived here, and I think Monday it was raining, like really heavy Monday morning. And it was really dark outside. And
it was really hard to get. So DDs are currently running promotions, so we've been using DDs more than Ubers because it's way cheaper. But it's generally very expensive to Uber.
So it was costing us with the DD, right? Just for clarity, Pauline works 10 minutes from home.
It's like 5Ks away.
A DD was the same price that it was to take the bus, but just for 40 minutes of travel with the bus. And obviously from here we have to walk in the rain and the wind to the bus stop because it's like 10 minutes from us.
2 bus stops plus a walk from the bus stop to work.
Right.
So it's like 4 walks in between.
Right. So we were like, okay, we just did those mornings. And then I remembered Geraldine. Funny enough, I was having a conversation with my wife and I was like, hey man, I wonder if, I need to get back in touch with Geraldine and see what's the story. Now, how did we afford a car is everybody's big question because we are coming from a brand new country. We don't have any funds. We literally used all of our savings up when we moved, etc. Well, when we had initially negotiated Pauline's contract, we made sure we budgeted first before we went into the negotiations. What would transport cost? What would this cost? What would that cost? What would housing cost? And we maximized that budget to see that if the offer suited the budget we were working with, we would accept the offer, right? And we over budgeted transport, right? So we knew that when Pauline started working, that this is how much we'd have to put every week aside from her salary for us to cover transport for the month. And let me say, we were like a couple of $100 over what it would cost us to get a vehicle, right? On top of that, right, the first vehicle payment only goes off when you get paid. So it's not like you're getting the vehicle now and you have to pay immediately. We didn't have a deposit because I think our installments would have been much cheaper. But relative to South Africa and the economy here, it is more affordable to take a personal vehicle in New Zealand than it is back home. Okay.
100%.
Insurance is about $500, $50, so that wasn't too expensive as well. And you're more than welcome to switch your provider. We just got one to
make sure that we're insured before we
drove the car off the lot. So Geraldine from Sterling Finance, I'm gonna link her profile to Facebook here and drop her details even in the description so you guys can go and check her out. But yeah, guys, this is our first baby. We're super excited for all the adventures that we can now go on. And hopefully we don't get stuck in the middle of the night in Petone somewhere trying to figure out the transport system. We wanted to share it with you guys because as we grow here in New Zealand as husband and wife, we're also growing with you guys as a family. And the kind comments and you know, people just taking time out of the day to watch our content really means the world to us. So we want to share this milestone with you. And if you have any questions or you know anybody that's immigrating, hit Geraldine up, guys.
Or let us know and we can get you guys connected as well.
It literally happened the Sunday that we decided, okay, cool, we should look into vehicles or whatever the case is. Or actually, I messaged Geraldine, and by Wednesday, the car was in our possession. And then we prayed for the car on Wednesday evening, and then we said, okay, in the weekend, we'll shoot a little a video to launch, just introduce you guys to Rimuru. But even that, guys, like, the car maybe looks, because it was rainy, so there was a lot of water droplets in the video, so but it was in great condition. 70,000 Ks.
No dents, no scratches.
Right, guys,
nothing.
I promise you, you will not go wrong. People here take pride in their possessions, and the dealerships are not shady as like back home where you go into like a second-hand dealership and you're like, people here pride themselves on customer service. And
even with that, Geraldine is very much on people's necks.
And so I was saying, she like a pit bull, guys. She is like a pit bull. If something is not right with your vehicle or you didn't get exactly what you paid for,
she will let them know.
And the craziest thing is that Geraldine doesn't make like a hectic commission from the sale of the asset. So it's not like the car's gonna say it's like 15,000 or 20,000 and then another 10,000 or 5,000 you have to pay to Geraldine. No, guys. Whatever you pay on the sale of asset minus the additional on-road cost, this, that, whatever is what you are paying for the vehicle, right? So she makes her commission elsewhere. All you gotta do is hit her up. If you know anybody that's immigrating, or if you yourself are immigrating, or even if you are living in New Zealand currently thinking about getting another vehicle, she makes the process seamless. Absolutely seamless. So yeah, that's what we wanted to tell you guys. We hope you guys are excited for the new journey. You guys are going to see a lot of mixed content in terms of podcast as well, and like vlogs like this that will pop up from us sharing news with you, but also taking you around the city. We're getting some new equipment as well that's going to be fantastic to use when we're roaming. So stay tuned. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and you hit the like button. And remember to take it easy. And if it's easy,
take it on. Bye, guys.
Peace.